Morning. It is a new day, and today is like cloudy, gloomy, excuse me, rainy, and it's just like, it seems like a healing day to me. Like that's just the vibe I've been getting. And I think today I just want to reset, rewind, and just talk about the importance of just setting back, right? The importance of just resetting, healing yourself, taking care of yourself, self-care. So that's what we're doing today. And also, I get in these moods sometimes where I feel like nostalgic, right? So today I just been singing and I just been like thinking of all those good shows like from back then. And then just thinking of like my life, like my dreams. And just, I think that's so important, right? Just to remind yourself of your dreams and visualize them and don't forget them. Because as I've gotten older, as I'm getting older, I'm just like, oh my God, am I running out of time to accomplish my dreams? Like, I'm kind of negotiating with myself about my dreams and like, okay, maybe we should bring them down. You could probably only achieve this now, but you know, let's not do that, right? So, all right, we're going to Target because I need a coffee and I need to see what I'm going to be making for dinner later tonight. So let's go.
So let's pick out a candle. I love candles. Cedar and orange. It doesn't seem like it's smell too good. Let's see. Nope. It's not bad. It's just too orange citrusy. Yeah, I'm gonna get this one. This is what we're gonna make. It's a little strong, but we're gonna try it out.
All right, y'all, so I did a thing. I know I was supposed to go in there. I just got the candle and everything, but I saw some pieces of clothes and I was like, okay, let me just try to be creative. Let me see. And I had a vision for something and I want to see if it works out. So let me show y'all, hold on. So basically I saw these blue jeans and I love blue jeans. Like I love a pair of blue jeans. But as you can see, I don't know if y'all can see, these are entirely too big for me, right? But I wanted to get like, you know, like I like the big baggy look. And then I bought a smaller shirt. I feel like it works well for my physique.
I think I just like the jeans because they're big. Maybe I have another shirt. Okay, maybe it's the shirt. Because the jeans seem to be working for me. They work. I like the color of the shirt, but I think I just don't like the shirt. The jeans look fantastic to me. Let me go try with a different shirt. Let me get another shirt. Hold on. I think a tank top would go best with this. I love white and blue combination. One thing is I'll probably tuck this tank top in or just fold it as I'm doing now. Yeah, I think.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Living Well with Terrell, the place where we develop the mind, soul, and the body on a communal level. And today we're going to be talking about nostalgia and the importance of being the main character. Today's video is inspired by pretty much the past 2 days this weekend. I've just been feeling very like main character vibes, nostalgic. And if you don't know what nostalgia is, it pretty much is just like a state of being where you think about the past, right? You reminisce on the past, something just reminds you of the past, and you kind of teleport there, or you time travel, right? But only mentally, not necessarily physically. And when I talk about being the main character, which is, I feel like, a millennial term, and it's basically like when you feel like you're in the movie and you're the protagonist, right? So everything is being told, the story is being told from your point of view. And we're gonna talk about that a little bit more in detail. To be the main character is to just kind of place yourself at the center of your life and your human experience and just enjoy that and just make it interesting, right? When you talk about being a main character, it's kind of like being modeled after a movie or a film, right? And I think the most powerful part of that is just that when you're at the center of a film where you're the main character, you have a story, right? You have something interesting to achieve. You have some type of development and evolution. And I think in life, that can be really pivotal and inspiring because it could kind of prompt you to wanting to achieve something, to challenging yourself, and really just engaging and being present in your life. So this weekend, I had my kind of main character moment where I was just sitting on the couch, and it was like a real moody. Like it was rainy, it was like cloudy, and the storm was coming and everything, and I was just on the couch vibing. I had the fan on, I got all my beautiful plants, surrounding me. And I just was kind of feeling nostalgic in the sense that I was reminded of the times where I was younger and then, it would rain, and just like my state of being and my mindset as a child, which is really powerful, right? Because nostalgia, it can kind of prompt you to remember how far you've come. And me, when I think about how far I've come, I think about how far I want to go, right? So it just kind of reminds you of your dreams, and it reminds you of like inspiration. Like when I was a child, I was like, oh, I wanted to be in movies, I wanted to be in film. I just was always connected to film. Like that was just my thing. Ever since I've been younger, that's the thing I've been most passionate about. And just having those feelings of nostalgia, it reminds me of that. And it kind of recalibrates me and makes me like, okay, you need to get back on your what they say? Get back on your Zoom, right? So just makes me, it makes me think about my dreams, and it reminds me that I have bigger things to achieve, which kind of rolls over into, right, being the main character. Because someone like me, who's always been into film, of course, my paradigm is kind of based on, film and just being in the movie, setting the mood and everything like that. So nostalgia kind of pushes me over to that point where it's like, okay, Terrell, I'm 25 years old. Like I'm at that age where it's like, am I coming closer to my dreams, or are they getting away from me? It's a very interesting place, because it's like subconsciously at this age, I feel like we kind of put ourselves in this position where we think we have to make a decision. Like, am I just going to continue to work my 9-to-5 life and just enjoy the simple things, like look forward to my weekends, look forward to my holidays, look forward to romantic interest? Or am I going to hardcore pursue my dream and make immense and intense sacrifices because, time is running out. And that's kind of like how I've been feeling. I'm just like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I feel like I'm tiptoeing to my dreams by doing modeling when I can part-time, and just like telling myself, oh, eventually I'll do modeling until the acting opportunities present themselves. I'll just do this, I'll do that, but still not yet feeling comfortable with my progression in that space, because it's like, you know, I've not achieved what I feel like I should achieve. And then of course comparison is the destroyer of like happiness. So I'm just like, but be though as it may, I'm just still like, okay, I have to work, I have to support myself, you know, I have to have stability and things in my life. And then it's like, okay, be realistic. So it's a lot of conflict at this particular moment in life. And I feel like being the main character, it helps you in a sense where it's like, if I can take all the pressures off myself by escapism, it's a beautiful thing because I control the story, right? So even though I'm the protagonist, it's like I'm watching myself from third person and I can kind of control the story. And there's a softer element to it, right? There's a softer element and energy to it where it's like, enjoy the show, enjoy the movie, like write an interesting script for this character. What do you want this character to achieve? So I feel like it can be helpful to you at whatever stage you are in life, right? Because there's so many people who don't see success, and by success I mean they're not where they want to be, you know, or they don't achieve the things that they want to achieve until they're 50, until they're 60, right? So time really doesn't have too much to do with it, but it has a heavy effect on us. But to escape that, like being the main character and writing that story, I feel like it releases all of the expectations or pressures off of you because you are in control and you write the story for your own life. So if you're 50, think about those movies where you see those 50-year-olds who reach success, who have a pivotal moment in their life, right? And I feel like by becoming the main characters, we subconsciously become the writer and the director, right, for our lives. And I just think it's a really beautiful and amazing thing. And a lot of times nostalgia can provoke those capabilities, right? For me, like myself, I know that's how it pretty much works. So yeah, I think it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful becoming the main character. All right, so how do you do this? How do you become the main character in your life? The best advice or direction I can give you in order to achieve this would probably be to just release, right? Release control, release frustration, release all of these like intense emotions that are weighing you down. Because once you realize that your life is a movie that you're writing a script for, it's less serious. It's less serious in the way that there's less emotional damage able to be done, right? It's like you don't weigh down on yourself, which can really help you a lot, because once you release those expectations and those emotional barriers, once you're able to get through those, you're able to actually focus and understand that your life is what you intend for. You actually realize more control you have, because I feel like once you're in an emotional disadvantage, you kind of feel like you don't have the control, right? There's the illusion that you don't have control. But once you kind of rise above your emotions to an extent, you tap into your main character, your control, and you see, oh, well, you know, this is going this way, but let's pivot it, let's turn it that way. So I say the first step is to release emotional, how can I say? Release emotional constraints. Let's say that as step number one. Step number two is, what do you want? Write it down. I mean, honestly, you could journal. I journal. Write down what you want. How do you want the character of your life to live? Like I was thinking about the story of Terrell Starks. What do I have in store next for Terrell Starks? Like Terrell Stark is this guy who's like a first generational college student, right? He has defeated so many odds, right? He got an education, like he became a chemical engineer, he became a scientist, he became a model. He got scouted, as I would say. He got scouted by his mother agent who is based in London, and he got signed to, you know, all these agencies in Chicago. But what happens next for Terrell? Does he get that call from his modeling agency one day, and there's this job that changes his life, and he's still working hard as a scientist, but eventually he gets this job that changes his life. He meets this casting director for a film, and the film is a Netflix film, and that film opens the door for other opportunities for him. Like, right, get those creative juices flowing and kind of cipher that into the story for your character, right? So it's like, get used to seeing yourself in third person, right? You have to see with your third eye. Like, you have to project your vision beyond just what's in front of you. Like, as I'm sitting here now talking to you guys on the camera, there are different perspectives. There's me looking at the camera talking to you, but at the same time, I can kind of see from third person, and I see me seeing y'all doing this, if that makes any sense. We're not gonna get too deep into that, but just expand your perspectives and your horizon and get used to seeing yourself in third person. Define your story. So that's number 2. And the last thing that I would tell you is just to enjoy the experience, enjoy the show, enjoy the movie. I mean, your life may be a sitcom, right? It's whatever you want to make it. It's whatever is most comfortable to you. The only limits are the limits that you set for yourself. If you guys enjoyed this video, get used to seeing my face. My goal now is to do 2 videos a week. We'll see how that goes, but at least it's a goal, right? That's the story that I've written for myself. So I hope to see you guys soon. Be sure to subscribe, comment, share this video with someone who you think, you know, they could really benefit from it. Otherwise, talk to you soon. Peace.